Welcome everybody to Very Important Geeks, and today we'll be going over the Tecware Phantom Elite. Now, the folks over at Tecware were kind enough to send this over, but my opinions are still my own and you will get nothing but my honest feedback about this. So let's check it out. Now, in the case, you're going to get a quick instruction manual, you're going to get a nicely braided and coiled USB-C cable, excellent. You're going to get a 2.4 gigahertz dongle, and you're going to get some extra switches. I got the Wraith Orange tactile switches here. And of course, you will get the keyboard itself. I chose to go with the white version, and you can see here this is an 87 key keyboard, 75% layout. It's got a carbon steel plate, and it comes in a standard US ANSI layout. It is hot swappable, and when you order it from the Amazon store, it's going to come pre-installed with the switches that you choose. And you can get either their Wraith switches, or it comes with Otemu switches as well. Now, the Wraith switches are going to come pre-installed from the factory and pre-lubed, and you have your choice of tactile Wraith Orange, tactile Wraith Brown, linear Wraith Pink, or linear Wraith Red. And if you choose the Otemu switches, they're going to come in blue, brown, or red options. And it's going to come with V3 stabs that are also lubed from the factory. Now, the board does come with a lot of sound dampening built in. You've got pour-on plate foam, case foam, and PCB foam. Now, you can choose between the black or white version of the keyboard, and both come with dual-tone PBT keycaps, and those keycaps are going to be OEM profile. And because the keyboard comes with per key RGB support, the legends on those keycaps are going to be see-through. And speaking of RGB, those LEDs are going to be north-facing on the PCB, which gives you a lot more options for keycap profiles. The PCB accommodates 5-pin switches, so you can put almost any switch you have in there, whether they're 3-pin or 5-pin. And if you go to their website and download their dedicated software, you can customize different profiles and record different macros. And you saw earlier that it does come with a braided USB-C cable, but it also supports wireless and Bluetooth connectivity. Wireless 2.4 gigahertz via this little dongle, and it supports Bluetooth 5.0 as well and can connect up to 4 devices. And probably one of the most unique features of this keyboard is that it comes with a magnetic shroud cover. And we'll get to that a little bit later on. So yes, that was a lot of specs, but what does it sound like? Let's go check it out. Now, Tecware says they meant the Phantom Elite to be like their most customizable, fully featured keyboard that you can get out of the box, and I think they did a really good job. Overall, it feels and sounds very premium, and it's got the full host of features that you would find on keyboards that are 2 to 3 times their price. The connectivity was super simple out of the box. I connected it to my Bluetooth within seconds. The USB-C worked well, the dongle worked really well out of the box, so not an issue. The PPT keycaps feel super nice, feel super premium. The legends are very well aligned and super crisp. You get a lot of nice shine through for the RGB there, so great job on the keycaps. Now for the switches, I chose the Wraith Orange, which is their slightly heavier tactile as opposed to the Wraith Brown, which is probably more like a cherry MX brown. And I like that slightly heavier tactile feel. To me, the Wraith Oranges feel a lot like the Drop Holy Pandas. The pre-lube was really good coming from the factory. The tolerances are really tight, and everything about the switches feel really nice and premium. I can't speak to the Otemu switches, I didn't use those, but I really enjoyed the Wraith Orange that I had. Now, the stabs generally feel pretty good coming out of the box. I might tune the spacebar just a little bit more personally myself, but otherwise, pretty solid. They also did a really good job on the sound dampening. All the silicone and pour-on foam were really well utilized here, and you can definitely hear it. Or not hear it, I guess. And then finally, I think the magnetic shroud is a really unique and clever feature. It's super easy to take on and take off, and because it's magnetic, it doesn't like shift around or accidentally fall off. And it's great that you can customize the look of your keyboard, whether you want like a more normal profile or make it look like it has the high profile keys. You just remove the shroud, and then you get kind of a different look for it. Also, I found it really helpful to just like sweep out and brush out and blow out the crumbs and stuff if you ever get like gunk in there. Just take off the shroud, blow it all out, good to go. Now there are two also little indicator lights that you can see, one for the battery status and one for caps lock. And if you take off the shroud, you can see the labels on those lights. And it looks like you can buy just the Shroud, so you can get extra ones in the different color if you want. If you decide that you get the white one now and maybe you just want it to be black, you can just buy the black Shroud, pop it on, and you're good to go. I think maybe in the future, if Tecware offered other colors for this Shroud, that would up the customizability even more for this keyboard. So overall, this is super solid, really great keyboard out of the box. Thanks Tecware for sending this my way. I really appreciate any companies that are out there playing under the sub $100 range, because I think that's a really nice sweet spot for a lot of people, especially for the kinds of people that want to get into the hobby but don't want to spend $200, $300 for a super customized keyboard. It's nice to be able to get something really super solid out of the box that you can build upon later. And at the time of this video, you can get this from the Tecware store for 80 bucks. I'll put the link in the description below. And that's about it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys next time. Geek out.